All right, yins are gonna love this. I found a bunch of junkinette lying around my house that I'm gonna make into decor. First is this 4 loaf bread pan. It is so rusted that I would never be able to bake in it again. So we're just gonna add some wire and a handle and transform it into something that we can use around the house. Using the wire cutters here just to pull that through, save my fingers a little bit. And now we're just going to attach it. I started to go this way and then I was like, whoops, nope, that's not the way I wanted to do it. You could do it that way, it's just, this is how I originally had thought of it in my head. So we went down through those 2 sections and around the outside and tucked it in the middle. Do the same thing to the other side. Down through, around the outside. I'm gonna check it and make sure it's sort of where I want it to be before I come in and tighten them all down. And if any of the pieces are too long, you can use the wire cutters and cut them shorter. And there it is. This is how I styled it. Add some greenery. And it's a super cute little piece to sit on a table. The next is a larger loaf pan. This one I suppose could still be used for baking some bread, but this time we're going to take a handle that's been painted green. Again, pull with the wire cutters, make your life so much easier. This time, since there's a single hole, I thought that I would take the wires together and twist them. Down through the hole, and then back up and around. And then I'll grab the wire cutters and tuck it back down in the hole so nothing's sticking up. The other side, same thing, down through the hole. Maybe down through the hole. Back up and around. Cut off the little excess. And then in the end, I kind of thought that this was a little too wobbly, too long, so I did shorten it some. And here's how I styled it. For the third one, I used this muffin pan. It actually only had 1 hole in it, so I needed to take my drill and drill another hole in it. I'd put a piece of wood under it so I wouldn't ruin my table. Here I'm going to take 2 wires again. This time I'm going to twist them together first. Take the handle, center through there, and push and wiggle, and nope. Straighten the ends out a little bit. Try again. Ta-da! Here again, down, through the hole, up and around, just like the last one. Wire cutters to bring it around and tuck it in the hole. Cut off the crazy extra ends. Down through, up and around. That's it for that. Style it up. This one is a basket that I've had for a while, and it was like this when I bought it. It has a lot of imperfections. A lot of things are broken on it. And look, it's even missing the handle, but I didn't care. I just really liked how long it was and flat. And so to try to cover up some of what was going on, I used some white wax on it. I'm going to take 2 pieces of wire again, and then I ran out of those handles that I was using, so I'm going to use a clothespin. I'm going to find about the center of my wire and just wrap it around. Twist each side, wrap it around. And then for the other end, I'm going to stick it in through the middle and then twist each end up and around. The funny thing about these clothespins were that we found them in the ceiling when we took down the drywall and all that. So now just tuck them in where the openings are here on the side by where the handle should be. Do that on each side. And then bring the wire up so that it'll stay put. That one actually went to the outside, so just bringing it back so it stays on the inside and closing it together so it'll stay put. A little persuasion to keep it into place. And a little greenery. That looks cute. And here it is styled up. A little plate basket. Last one are these old mason jars. I had seen on Instagram, somebody has real ones, I guess, where there's like wire around them and then they have these wooden handles, but I've never seen any out in the wild in my thrifting, so I decided I will make some of my own. I'm going to use the clothespin again for one of the handles, and then a stick cut down for the other one. So first I'm going to take the rusted wire and measure it around the middle of the jar, and then I'm going to add some extra to it just to make sure that I have enough. Once it's around, I'm going to kind of lay the jar down. It's going to be easier. You don't need that yet. So you're going to lay it down, take it and twist it kind of as tight as you can so it'll stay put. Then you keep twisting it for about as far out as you want the handle to stick out. So the more you twist it, the more the handle's gonna stick out from the side of the jar. And then here I start same technique as with the clothespin on the basket. Put it in through the middle and just twist it around either side of the clothespin. Now I'll do the top, same thing, kind of measure, add a little extra. I have it tucked under the lip. There's a collar here on this bottle that I'm going to have it tucked under. Twist it for it to initially stay, and then twist it for as far as you'd like the handle to stick out. And then wrap it around the top part. And then here in the end, I didn't like how far that was sticking out, so I shortened the bottom one a little bit. I thought it looked better. And now for this larger jar, I'm going to do the same thing. I use the jar to measure an approximation of how much wire you're going to need. Cut it a little longer. Twist, and then twist for how far away from the jar you think you'd like it to sit. And then wrap the ends around the stick to get them out of the way. Now for the top, this one didn't have that same lip around it, so I'm going to use the threads that are on the bottle jar to hold it in place, and then when the lid's on, it'll hold it further in place. There, you're first twisting to keep it on, and then you're going to twist to where you want the handle to stop. And wrap it around so the ends are nice and tidy. It popped off. It just pops back on, and then that pops off. But fix is easy enough. And then you can fill it with all the rest of the junk that you found in the ceiling, which were little wooden tubes and more clothespins and a little stick thing, and but it looks cute. Neat way to display it, I think. And here are those jars styled up. Yins can go ahead and leave your 2 cents in the comments and let me know which was your favorite. Thanks.